Gratitude, something so important yet often neglected. We're so caught up with our day to day that we fail to give acknowledgement to it. And what I find funny about this situation is that only when we accomplish what we consider to be the big goals do we stop and say, thank God. Do we stop and say, thank you? And while we should thank Him, absolutely we should, we mustn't neglect to thank Him for those small steps, those small moves we often consider to be mundane. The thing is, those minute steps are what pave the way for those big milestones. So find the time to stop and say thank you. And I mean seriously, find time to stop and say thank you. Let me level with you for a minute. Waking up, it is not a test to be passed. It's a gift, a privilege, in fact. And in the words of John Ortberg, he said, gratitude is the ability to experience life as a gift. It liberates us from the prison of self-preoccupation. What this means is that we often place so much focus on our day-to-day. And while there's nothing innately wrong with that, we miss the most important things. If we'd only stop, and I can imagine you are getting tired of me saying that word, but truly, if we would only stop, view our lives from a third-person standpoint, looking in as a spectator, we would see how blessed, and I mean how absolutely blessed we are, how fortunate we are. And I'm not oblivious to life's hardship or individual turmoil, because it is there. After all, this is life. However, there are persons in much worse position than us. And I know how cliche it sounds, but truly appreciate where you are and what you have. Things could be so much worse. And in the midst of this, I'm by no means advocating for complacency nor stagnation. But we must be grateful for where we are in order to appreciate the beauty that we shall create in the future. And if you've listened to my previous video, you will realize that I am a quotes guy. I consume what I would consider to be a healthy amount of quotes. I find I learn a lot from them. When you apply it to your daily life, however it suits you, you apply it. So I leave you with this quote from Jim Rohn. He states, be thankful for where you are so that you can appreciate all that you can